Buckmeister, Village your boy Buckmeister, twice the nice that you are used to. Shaw Blemson, and today we are talking the Suicide Squad. So hi, if you're new here, my name is Buckmeister Cool from Meister Geek Media. I talk all sorts of geek media, from the comic books and the superheroes to the animes and the sci-fis and all of that good stuff. So please feel free to hit that like button, that share button, and that subscribe button if that stuff appeals to you so you never miss a video. Okay, so Suicide Squad 2021, the James Gunn Extraordinaire is here. And I have got some thoughts on this insane movie. Fun fact, it's the first movie that I actually went to the theater to see. I was planning to make that movie Shang-Chi, but I said, hey, why not? What the hey? And we're here now. So, getting into this, I gotta first say, a lot of these actors was good. John Cena was a big surprise to me. Like, I've been a fan of John Cena, then I fell off with WWE and I stopped watching WWE completely. John Cena was my favorite, but then he got stale a little bit. Like, towards the very, very end for me, he got very stale. So, yeah, now seeing him in this movie, though, I mean, first off and foremost, the fact that he's a villain, or that he's kind of villainous outright, that's a big twister. And he pulled it off pretty well. I was surprised by John Cena's performance in this movie. Yeah, he's John Cena, but, it's an evil John Cena. Something that people were saying should have happened in the WWE for a very long time. So good on you, John Cena. Idris Elba, fantastic as Bloodsport. Pretty good job. I love Idris Elba. Idris Elba was doing a fantastic job in this movie. He's probably my favorite character in this movie, maybe. Yeah, it's between him and Polkadot Man for me, honestly. But yeah, no. He takes it. Yeah, Bloodsport, fantastic. They did a lot with the character, and they did a lot with the character design, because if you look at his design, it is based off of what they had in the comic books, except very much updated and all of that stuff. I'm guessing that's how he's gonna look in comic books in the future. But yeah, Bloodsport, pretty good job. I mean, yeah, totally he's what Deadshot kind of was in the last movie, because he's got a daughter and he's a marksman and he shoots well and he always hits the targets and etc. But it's still pretty good. Better, actually, I would say, than the previous movie, the black dude who shoots guns really well. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She was also really good in this movie. I think she was better in this movie than in a lot of her previous movies and all of that stuff. I mean, I didn't watch the Birds of Prey and the long ass name. I didn't watch that movie because I just didn't see no point in me watching that movie. I still didn't know where DC was going. So I don't know if she pulled this type of performance, but her performance here was fantastic as Harley Quinn. I did like her a lot in this movie over here. She does some crazy, things as well that are, that reminds you that, yeah, she's an anti-hero, but she's still unstable. Like, Joker is evil, but even evil people around him are like, this dude is unstable. What the hell is he thinking? Whereas Harley Quinn, she's kind of that for anti-heroes, where heroes and, like, people who are anti-heroes alike will be like, okay, maybe she's trying to be a good person, but she's still very, very unstable and very, very dangerous. Shouts out to Polkadot Man. Polkadot Man was way more impactful here than I thought he would be, and I liked his character this entire movie. Polkadot Man was dope. I'm forgetting the actor's name. I know that he was in Dark Knight as the crazy dude that, Two-Face intimidates. Well, not Harvey Dent before he becomes Two-Face in that movie. I'm forgetting the actor's name, but he did a fantastic job. Great job. Lots of unexpected kills for me. Like, I think this movie really surprised me by the people that they took out. Like, some people was kind of surprising, but not really surprising. Other people were a little bit more surprising or whatever. And some were, like, very, very predictable. Like, you saw it coming from a mile away, but it was still like, oh, okay. But yeah, the people that they do take out in this movie, I was just like, I did not see that. Okay, that I kind of saw, but that I didn't see. Like, if you were a betting person from the trailer, you couldn't tell. But when you get into the movie, it does kind of become predictable. Like, this movie gets marketed as is James Gunn going wild, is so unpredictable. I mean, for me, I saw some things where I was just like, okay, I've seen that before, seen it executed really well, but still kind of predictable. Like, there's still like moments in this movie. Like, this movie also does things where it does like stop. It does like say, okay, we're going to stop here and we're going to do the whole let's explain this character's backstory. And the way they do it though is pretty cool. I like that. But it is like it did feel like the script said, okay, we're going to halt over here and explain this character, and then we're gonna jump to another character, and then we're gonna jump to another character. And I was just like, okay, like that feels a little bit tropish for something that's supposed to be super uber different. But you know, tropes is how you recognize a genre. So you can't get rid of an entire trope like that. Otherwise, it doesn't look like anything that belongs to the genre that it's supposed to be in. A good example was Joker. Joker is supposed to be like this comic book movie. Is it a comic book movie at all? Outside of Joker and the makeup, it is not a comic book movie, not in the slightest bit. So here, it was tropish, predictable, but I understand. Viola Davis, aka in this movie, Amanda the Wall Waller. Yikes! She was great in this movie. She was really, really good in this movie. She was scarier in the first movie though. Like, I think Amanda Waller in the first movie was like totally, she was the villain of that movie. Like, she was the scariest part of that movie. But in here they do channel like bits of her where you're just like, oh, what? This is okay. She should be on the squad. She's more evil than the people on the squad. Like, she is, even the people around her are just like, you really, you were gonna do that? Yeah, she is phenomenal in this movie though. Phenomenal. I was still more scared of her in the first movie, but in this movie, she was still plenty scary and plenty awesome. And she is. If there's people like that in real life, I don't know how you operate, because that is insanity to me. The movie does do something towards the end of the movie. Like, they make you feel for everybody, they make you feel everybody's character. And again, what they do with the characters I really enjoyed. Like the side plot that they kind of go on, because there is a B plot with the politics and American politics and everything. That doesn't take precedence. They do give it some sort of precedence, some sort of, they do focus on it a little bit. And you get to see like a character does something where you're just like, you should not be surprised by this, but they are surprised. So there's a little bit of that going on mixed up in the political agenda thing that was in the undertones of this movie. But outside of that, like, there's not so much stuff where I was just like, okay, that didn't have a purpose. Most of the stuff felt purposeful in here. The movie is fast paced, so if you're trying to latch on to somebody, your best bet would be Bloodsport, because he's the character that they take the most time with. But like everything else kind of feels like a whirlwind. And also, I think there is some things in the movie where it's just like, okay, they're doing this because there's more movie to go. Like, it just feels like there's more movie to come. So you kind of just like, all right. I mean, I don't see why. Some characters I see why. Other characters I'm just like, yeah, you would do that. I mean, this whole movie you have not shown me any indication that you would do that. But I mean, they do set it up so that that the characters you're left with who do the thing that they're supposed to do at the end of the movie, which happens at the end of a lot of comic book movies, they do. For me, it wasn't enough, but for some people, it will be. And I'm like, okay. Pretty good though. Pretty good though. Like, I know I'm trying to be super vague here, and I'm sorry if my thoughts are feeling unjumbled because I'm trying to talk my way around spoiler points. But anyway, I do think that this is one, obviously a significant improvement over the last Suicide Squad, and I think this is a good movie. I do think that there was like it's got 8 out of 10 on Google reviews or something like that. It's got 8 out of 10, and yeah, that would be a an appropriate rating for this movie. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's violent. It's crazy. It's insane. It's from the horrible mind of James Gunn, as they said in the trailer. And it's definitely worth a watch if you're into the Suicide Squad, especially longtime Suicide Squad fans. So, what did you think, Meisterville? Did you watch Suicide Squad? Let me know in the comment section down below. Talketh to your boy. And if you're at this point in the video, I want to say thank you so much for getting to this point in the video. You are spectacular. And if you really like this video, I got another one up here. I got a playlist down there, and I got an icon you can click on to subscribe. Remember to ring the bell if you do subscribe, and I'll see you all in another video because Meister Man gotta be out. Peace.